I still remember the moment our paths crossed. It wasn't something dramatic that the rest of the world would have noticed. There were no fireworks in the sky or music playing in the background. It was an ordinary day, but somehow it became the beginning of an extraordinary story. When I first saw you, I honestly didn't know what to expect. My first impression wasn't perfect, and maybe yours wasn't either. We were both carrying pieces of our past that shaped the way we looked at new people. We had learned to protect ourselves from disappointment. We had become experts at pretending we didn't need anyone. Looking back now, I smile because neither of us knew what life had planned. We couldn't have imagined that one simple meeting would grow into something so meaningful. We couldn't have guessed that one conversation would become hundreds, and then thousands, until your voice became one of the most familiar sounds in my life. The truth is, I didn't fall for you all at once. It happened slowly. It happened in the little things. It happened every time you laughed without trying to impress anyone. It happened when you showed kindness to people who couldn't offer you anything in return. It happened when you admitted your fears instead of pretending to be fearless. It happened when you trusted me enough to tell me about the parts of your life that you usually keep hidden. Those moments changed everything. People often think love begins with appearance. But I learned something different because of you. Attraction may catch someone's attention, but character is what captures the heart. The more I learned about you, the more beautiful you became in my eyes. There were days when you doubted yourself, and I wished you could borrow my perspective for just a few minutes. You spend so much time noticing your imperfections that you forget about the qualities everyone else sees immediately. I see your patience. I see your determination. I see the way you refuse to give up even after life has tested you more times than most people could imagine. I see the compassion that shines through everything you do. Those are the things that matter. Those are the reasons you became unforgettable. Sometimes I replay our earliest conversations in my mind. We were cautious with each other, choosing our words carefully because neither of us wanted to reveal too much too soon. We smiled politely. We laughed at simple jokes. We asked ordinary questions, yet underneath those simple conversations, something deeper was quietly growing. Trust, that's what changed everything. Trust isn't built overnight. It's created one promise at a time, one honest conversation at a time, one moment of choosing understanding instead of judgment. Without realizing it, we were building something strong enough to survive misunderstandings, distance, difficult seasons, and moments when life pulled us in different directions. I'm grateful we didn't rush. If we had tried to force everything to happen instantly, maybe we would have missed the beauty of discovering each other one chapter at a time. You taught me that genuine connection doesn't need to be perfect. It only needs to be honest. There were moments when we disagreed. There were moments when silence replaced conversation. There were times when pride stood between us, making it harder to apologize than it should have been. But even during those difficult moments, something inside me never stopped believing in us. I think that's because every challenge revealed another reason to admire you. Instead of pretending everything was fine, you chose honesty. Instead of giving up when things became uncomfortable, you stayed long enough to work through the misunderstandings. That takes courage. Real courage isn't about never being afraid, it's about choosing love even when fear tells you to walk away. You've done that more times than you realize. When I think about everything we've shared, I realize my favorite memories aren't the extravagant ones. They're the quiet moments that most people would overlook, the conversations that lasted late into the night because neither of us wanted to say goodbye, the comfortable silence where neither of us felt pressured to fill every second with words. The encouragement you gave me when I questioned my own abilities, the way you celebrated my victories as though they were your own, those moments became treasures. Life has a funny way of testing people. It doesn't ask whether we're ready. It simply places obstacles in front of us and waits to see what we'll do next. We've both faced those moments. We've both experienced disappointment. We've both carried burdens that felt too heavy. Yet somehow, every challenge reminded me why I wanted you beside me. Not because you could solve every problem. Not because you always had the right answers. But because your presence made even the hardest days feel less overwhelming. That's a rare gift. Very few people have the ability to make someone feel safe simply by being there. You do, and I hope you never underestimate how valuable that is. If I could go back to the beginning, knowing everything I know now, I wouldn't change the way our story unfolded. Every misunderstanding taught us patience. Every delay taught us appreciation. Every challenge strengthened the foundation beneath us. Nothing was wasted. Even the painful moments shaped us into better versions of ourselves. I know there are still questions about the future. Life doesn't come with guarantees. None of us can predict exactly where tomorrow will lead, but one thing remains certain: meeting you changed me. It changed the way I think about love, it changed the way I think about commitment, it changed the way I see the future. Before you, I believed meaningful connections were rare enough that most people never experienced them. Now I know they exist because I've experienced one. You've reminded me that love isn't measured by grand speeches or dramatic promises. It's measured by consistency. It's measured by showing up, by listening, by forgiving, by choosing one another again and again even when life becomes complicated. That's the kind of love I want to keep building. One choice at a time, one conversation at a time, one day at a time, and every time I think back to that first meeting, I can't help but smile. Neither of us knew how important that moment would become. We couldn't see the countless memories waiting for us just beyond that first hello, but now, looking back, I understand something I didn't understand then. Some meetings don't simply introduce two people, they quietly begin a story that changes both of their lives forever.